Villarreal, joined by Paul F. Villarreal. We did it again. Well, not us, but Trump. Trump has done it again. Over there in Davos, it is unbelievable what Trump has been able to do. There is some kind of echo here, some kind of delay. So, I mean, we're working on the technical stuff, but it is big happenings over there. Jared Kushner, Trump, Davos, a lot of stuff is going on right now. Let's put this here. And then, okay, there we go. So we should be good on LinkedIn. All right, cool. So we should be good. Listen, Jared Kushner and Trump, Davos, the Board of Peace. There was a big presentation, a lot of different leaders out there. We've got footage. We're going to go right to it. Paul, real quick, before we do that, quick thoughts on this. I mean, how big of a day is this? This is a big day. It's been going on all day.
It's a really big day. I can just tell you from my own Twitter account, which is huge, but it's got a relatively solid following. And I have accounts that follow me that are people that live in the Arabic world or the Muslim world, and I've seen a lot of pro-Trump positivity from them. Meaning that not only can this be a solution potentially that's positive for Israel, but also positive for the Palestinians and for the rest of the Middle East and the Arabic world. And I think that's great. That's what everybody wants. And I know we're going to go through it here. I was really, really impressed with what Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner said and presented today. It looked really good.
And it really did.
If that can be accomplished, then I think that we're going to have a very good chance at a permanent solution.
And we have comments from Jared Kushner right here, Board of Peace, Davos, Switzerland right here. We were going to play some of this, about a 6.5 minute clip, 6:44, and then we'll cut in. We're going to play pretty much all of it, but we're going to cut in with this is a public domain here, Davos, Switzerland, World Economic Forum, put up by Rapid Response of 47, Team 47. So that their comms team does a great job. Carolyn Levitt and just everyone over there, Margot Martin, and so many people that are doing a great job. And we'll have comments as we go here. This is a big deal. And the other thing we'll put out, this isn't just for Gaza. They're talking about having this as a permanent thing and basically, doing all kinds of different stuff. They're talking about expanding membership to it and also working with the UN. So, but I'll let them speak for themselves. Here we go. Jared Kushner, Board of Peace announcement at Davos, Switzerland.
Quickly, I'll go through this 2-year war, 90,000 tons of munitions. There's over 60 million tons of rubble there and tens of thousands of fatalities. Through the ceasefire, we were able to get to the 20-point plan, ceasefire, release of hostages. Getting the UN resolution passed was a huge effort. Really thanks to Mike Waltz and the whole team there. They did an incredible job. And we've then, with the help of the UN, we've worked very well with them. This is why you need a new organization like the Board of Peace to work with the UN. I want to thank Tom Fletcher. Did an incredible job of really getting it going. We've done historic humanitarian aid. Going forward, number one thing is going to be security. Obviously, we've been working very.
Let me just stop right there, Paul. And I want to go back just, just a little bit here, if you will. And I mean, it sounds like a simple thing. And I'm going to let Jared talk here, but I really want to say this. I mean, how many people have made, and I'll get your comments here as well, have made fun of Trump's team, whether it's Lutnick, Witkoff, Jared Kushner, nepotism, the families involved, real estate guys, they don't know anything about diplomacy and stuff like that. And let me tell you something. You saw that coalition. I mean, we're almost, almost 20 people and stuff like that, 20 countries. Okay. Almost, huge representation throughout the Middle East. They're talking about expanding this. And I mean, they're getting wins. If they're able to pull this off or anything close to this, this is a huge win. Number one. Number two, these guys are deal makers. And what you see right here, it may seem simple, but it's this PowerPoint here, these are business people. They're able to take complex situations and make it understandable. And this is a huge win. If Jared Kushner and Lutnick and Witkoff, of course, and people say everybody likes Steve Witkoff, right? I mean, and listen, they've been able to, I'm not for nothing, but they've pushed back on Hamas and they pushed back on Netanyahu. I'm just going to call it what it is. From what I understand, I'm not alleging anything, but from the reporting that I've seen, whether it's Axios or others out there, there's some quotes out there. because, I mean, these people want to make a deal. And here's what I would say to my friends on both sides. Okay, I don't know anyone in Hamas. Let me make that very, very, very clear. Okay, but I have lots of family in Israel, and I have lots of friends and colleagues that are Palestinians, and lots of friends and colleagues and people out there in larger space that are Jewish and stuff like that. And in any war, in any conflict, okay, first of all, let me put this disclaimer out there. Love, peace, prosperity, opportunity, equality for everyone. Definitely, we love everyone. No question about it. We're talking about our personal opinion only. If I make any mistakes, it is a live show. I do apologize. I'm not perfect out there. The intentions are great, obviously, and we reserve the right to revise and amend. We're not alleging any facts and casting aspersions, all for information, entertainment purpose only about public figures in a public policy stuff. But here's the thing. I don't care if you're talking Hatfield McCoys, if you're talking Protestant Catholics. I don't care if you're talking, Rome and whoever. I don't care if you're talking, World War I, World War II, or this situation. At some point, the conflict has to end. And at some point, you have to make a deal. And sometimes you're too involved in it to make that deal. And sometimes it takes outside forces, whether it's the Malta conference or whatever like that. I mean, especially if this conflict has been going on for a long time. And in fact, what they said, Paul, and I'll turn it right over to you, the weakness of Trump's team may be a strength to see this in a fresh way. And I may be wrong. I don't know. I hope I'm not misspeaking here, but I believe that Jared Kushner is Jewish. I think Witkoff is Jewish. Obviously, this administration in America is very pro-Israel, but we need a deal. And why not have Gaza look like Dubai? And having this situation here with this PowerPoint presentation, and I don't want to overdo it, but I mean, and actually, let me go full screen on this so we can really, the audience can really see this right here. Hopefully that helps out a little bit. Yeah, that's better. I think it's a big deal. Am I overselling this, Paul? What do you think? Oh, hold on. Do we have Paul? Did we lose Paul? 1 second. Paul, can you hear us? 1 second. May need to reconnect. I'm having a little bit of issues with this. Paul, can you hear us? Are you there?
Yes, I can. Yes.
Okay, let me reconnect you here to my setup. Hopefully this works. The Bluetooth's been a little bit off. There may be a little bit of a delay here. Go ahead, try to talk, Paul. We're having an issue on that. I'm going to bring him on speakerphone. Okay. I'm gonna use this on speakerphone. Sorry about that, Paul. I don't know what's going on. We were good, but go ahead. Your comments.
Yeah, look, I couldn't hear the presentation, but of course I saw it. I don't know if how much you played of it yet, but look, I thought Jared did a great job. I thought he made a compelling case, just what he said, and then when he started breaking out the slides, you see what it can be.
Yes,
and we've talked about this a lot. And I think Jared just pointed it out perfectly, which is, look, if you want peace, you got to give people a life. You got to give them hope.
Give them a deal, bro.
Great. If you make it an awesome place, everybody's happy. Nobody's living in poverty or living in tents or all this type of stuff, or they have no food. And so, I think that it is a great idea. You and I have talked about this many times between ourselves, which is, make it into Dubai, make it into something like that. And then, I think a lot of the old tensions will fade away and people will just have great lives and everybody will be happier. So I'm very enthusiastic about what I saw today.
Well, and there's opportunity over there. And listen, I don't pretend to be an expert. Okay. I mean, my wife's Israeli and American, stuff like that. I've been over there. I've got family over there. I've visited over there. Yeah, I know like this much. Okay, I don't even pretend to, I like to think I'm worldly, I'm smart, I'm educated, all that type of stuff. But I mean, I don't pretend to be any expert. But like Paul says, if it can be like Dubai, you have economic opportunity over there. You have, a lot of waterfront property over there, the Mediterranean, trade routes in between Israel and Egypt. Okay, and maybe the Ben Gurion Canal goes through there. I don't know. There's a lot of opportunity. I'm like, they'll figure it out over there. But give the people an opportunity here. So anyway, this is a very powerful presentation. I'm going to play the rest of it. I apologize, but I'll keep trying to connect you on Bluetooth. But I don't want to. Let's assume that may not work here. So you may not have the benefit of that. So what you'll do, I'm playing the thing here, and then I'll just pick out, when you hear me pick it up, then we'll bring you in here. So let's continue here with Steve Kushner here. This is at the WEF, but I just want to hit that right there. I mean, I just really, again, I'll do it right now. I just really wanted to give the credit to this team. I really want to take the time to give the credit to this team, because they have done an amazing job when a lot of people were doubting them and people were punking out Trump. And if this works, I mean, Trump and the team look. Go ahead, Paul. You want to say something?
I just want to say something. Nobody else, no other group of people would have come up with this. And this is where it really helps that they're real estate guys, because they look at it like that. And if you can build the place up, that helps everybody. Nobody else would have looked at it like that. Nobody.
No question. I love this. Okay, let's continue with this. This is Jared Kushner right here, WEF today, this morning, our time.
With the help of the UN, we've worked very, very well with them. This is why you need a new organization like the Board of Peace to work with the UN. I want to thank Tom Fletcher. Did an incredible job of really getting it going. We've done historic humanitarian aid. Going forward, number one thing is going to be security. Obviously, we've been working very closely with the Israelis to figure out a way through de-escalation. And the next phase is
extremely important. So he's making sure he's working with the Israelis, making sure that's handled, getting that under control. That's what I'm saying. They're looking at this in a 360 global way. And that's really what I wanted to say. And then let me revise and extend my remarks earlier. Paul, can you hear me? I try to put you through the Bluetooth. I don't know if this is working or not. Just let me know if you can hear me. Yeah, I don't think it's going to work. Okay, that's fine. Don't worry about it. I'll pick it up. You can't just look at your side. Our side. Okay, both sides are looking at their side. You got to look at the whole picture. How do you solve it? You can't get a deal if the other side doesn't want to make a deal. So you got to look at the whole side, and that's why I think this is very effective here. I don't want to keep hammering that point, but I just really think it's an important point. Let's continue here. Jared Kushner, Board of Peace announcement at WEF.
Working with Hamas on demilitarization, which I'll talk about in a second. But without security, nobody's going to make investments. Nobody's going to come, build there. We need investments.
And see, that's the thing right there. If the Board of Peace is going to work, if the investments are going to work, if other countries are going to be involved, I mean, not only obviously is it the right thing to do and everything like that, and Israel absolutely has to have security, and we know that, but everyone has to have security. You want safety. I mean, people just want to be able to go to work, go home to their families, have safe streets, have safe environments for their family on all over the world. Certainly in that area, in my opinion, be able to go to do their thing, but also. In addition to that, if you want that place to be successful, both sides, you have to have, security and stuff like that. I mean, I think I saw a chart here or something. I saw some kind of report. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, that investment or something was down in Israel. I mean, yeah, dude, people don't want to invest where there's conflict and war and stuff like that. So it is the point being, it is in everyone's interest to get the right deal. Got to have the right deal. Got to have security. He's speaking to that. So I think that's an important point right there. Let's continue.
In order to start giving jobs, we want to take these people. 85% of the aid of Gaza, 85% of the GDP of Gaza has been aid for a long time. That's not sustainable. It doesn't give these people dignity. It doesn't give.
Yeah, the aid is great, but the aid is not an economy. Does that make sense? So, I mean, we have to look at this in a different way. And so, listen, I'm not alleging anything. I'm going to go out a little bit of a limb here. Okay. So, I mean, maybe, give me some latitude here. Possibly, I'm not putting this on anyone else. I'm just saying hypothetically, maybe you think about someone like, okay, the best way for Israel to have security is if we have control, and we have the board, and we have this, and our power level is better than their. I'm just saying, speaking hypothetically. I'm not ascribing this to anyone at all. I'm just saying a hypothetical argument. Okay. Like a situation like what's maybe looking at Syria. Syria doesn't really threaten, Israel at this point. But maybe another way to look at security is, and I'm going to bring Paul back on here on speakerphone. Okay. Maybe another way to look at security is if you build this place up, obviously demilitarize stuff like that. But if there's economic opportunity there, if Gaza starts looking like Dubai, then that actually provides security to both sides. because people don't want to mess that stuff up. And again, I'll harken it back to my dad's work in housing and urban development with Jack Kemp and stuff like that. When people, when you have low income housing, and it's just an analogy. It's not a direct analogy by any stretch like that. It's just a different analogy that makes the point. And they were in there, and it's like they don't own it, they don't have a stake in the game. Then you'd see graffiti, you see this and that, whatever. And that's not everyone, but it's on average there seemed to be a little bit more of that stuff. When people had an opportunity for ownership, or when people have their own homes, or people have opportunity, all of a sudden they take care. It's a little different. Are you borrowing mom and dad's car? Or is it your car? It's your car. You're going to wash it. You're going to clean it. You're going to make sure you're going to park it far away, stuff like that. So maybe the best way to get security in the Middle East is to provide that opportunity for everyone. I don't know if you want to weigh in on that or not, Paul, but you have a comment on that.
Yeah, look, on the security angle, two things. Number one, Trump is trying to get as many powerful countries and people involved as possible, including the Pope.
Yeah, wow.
The board.
Yeah.
And what happens is the more powerful countries and entities that are involved, the more the security is.
Of course.
Because then they have stake in the game. And the other thing that he's doing along with that is, you heard this thing where he wants each country to pay $1 billion. Well, guess what? That's going to go to development. If you put money into this as a country, you, as you said, are going to want that money to do something, and you're going to be interested and more invested in it. I think they're doing it absolutely perfectly. And I'm excited. We were talking before, right where you were playing that clip. I was looking at my ex, and somebody who doesn't.
Could you hear the clip? I didn't know if you were hooked up on.
I didn't hear the clip, but that's okay.
Okay, go ahead. All right. We're going to keep it like this for this. Okay, go ahead.
But it's okay, because I know most of the stuff. I've already seen it. There was somebody who does not follow me, but who liked a couple of my recent posts. They live in Australia. I'm fairly certain that they're Arabic or that background. And you know what? They're not the profile picture, but the header picture. The header picture is Donald J. Trump, Institute of Peace.
Wow.
That's what I'm talking about.
Wow.
There's a new hope, a new feeling, a new optimism that simply didn't exist a year ago. And that's what it's about.
Yeah, exactly. And by the way, heads up to the audience here. My wife just got home. Dr. Villarreal's over there, and in any, her and the kiddo may break in here. So I mean, we're breaking the fourth wall here, but just as a warning to the audience here. But I will say this along the same lines. Okay, I love what you're saying right there. We're gonna get right back to Jared's speech right here. A lot of polling, a lot of public opinion has, kind of turned against Israel and kind of been negative and stuff like that for a little bit, in my opinion. Okay. And so even though it's a super big economy, startup nation, Netanyahu's talking about $1 trillion. There's so many great things over in Israel. Here's an opportunity, a huge opportunity to change the game. Don't worry about a TikTok deal and the influencer. That's fine. I mean, whatever. But here's an opportunity. If this get on board of this, and they are part of the Board of Peace. Great. Very smart, in my opinion. If this goes well, now all of a sudden, and you're part of the rebuild, and we've got peace and prosperity and security for all the region over there. What a huge public relations windfall. What a huge economic opportunity. What a huge opportunity in reducing your military and defense and security spend on that focus. I mean, do you agree with me, Paul, that this represents a huge opportunity for Israel as well if it's played right?
Absolutely. I know there are people that are concerned and that don't want autonomous entity or whatever, but I agree with you. I think it's the opposite. The more that the people in Gaza can have their own thing, the less they're thinking about Israel.
Solve the problem.
Bring in these different entities.
Yeah,
they solve their own issues. The more you bring in these powerful entities, the better their chance there is of success.
I'm telling you right now, solve the problem, and all of a sudden, you know, everyone who's part of that solution becomes a hero, in my opinion. Let's hear some more from Jared Kushner right here.
Them hope. And so we want to use free market economy principles. A lot of what President Trump spoke about that he's doing in America, we want to bring the same mindset, the same approach to a place like Gaza to give these people the ability to thrive and have a good life. See? So on the aid, I mentioned the UN. So now people are talking about famine. 100% of the food needs are met, and that's been overabundance. The cost of goods have gone down tremendously. Over 55,000 trucks have gone in, and over 1.4 million pallets. So it's been the largest humanitarian effort done into a war zone that anyone's been able to tell us about. This really has been a great joint effort that everyone's been able to do, and so it's a great thing. We all just heard from Ali. We have been so impressed. Steve and I were speaking to him and the entire committee. Such bravery of these people to step up. And we've worked with the Palestinian Authority, who's been helping us as well. But this committee is the first time it's a technocratic, apolitical committee. I really want to thank the Arab partners for helping us select the right people to do this.
Apolitical, right? Apolitical, very smart. They're not dealing with the politicians because, you know, politicians are, you know, things can get political, right? This is about getting it done. This is about doing things that are smart, technocratic right here. I mean, this is awesome. And did you see that dais right there? You see how many world leaders are in there? It's incredible. Let's continue with it's unbelievable, Paul. Let me continue here with Jared Kushner.
And we just need to believe in them and support them. I put this up here. It's probably a little too small for me to read, but this is really important if you saw the mission statement. So Hamas's mission statement was, we need to destroy the state of Israel. That has not worked well for the people, as we've seen. Their mission statement is, we are committed to establishing security, restoring the essential services that form the bedrock of human dignity, such electricity, water, healthcare, and education, as well as cultivating a society rooted in peace, democracy, and justice, operating with the highest standards of integrity, transparency. So these are the basic things. Their goal is to have peace and to help their people, which is an obvious mission statement for a government, but actually fairly novel for Gaza. So we did a master plan. We brought in, I thank you, Yakir Gabay, who's one of the most successful real estate developers and brilliant people I know. He's volunteered to do this, not for profit, really because of his heart. He wants to do this. And we've developed ways to redevelop Gaza. Gaza, as President Trump's been saying, has amazing potential. And this is for the people of Gaza. We've developed it into zones.
Let's look at this right here. Let's drill down. That's, again, it's getting real estate people involved, people with expertise in development. And you see right here, phase one, okay? Phase one right here is they're getting this, they're going to open up this Rafah crossing. They're going to talk about that. Okay, so people talking about that it was closed and stuff like that. Now people are going to be able to get back in and out. Okay, so they're going to be able to do that. Phase two, okay, and you've got Khan Yunis right here. Phase two, phase 1B, and you've got all this area going on in here: parks and agriculture, sports facilities, building it up, rebuilding it. Phase three, the city. Okay, so then they're going to build some stuff over here, train and logistics and stuff like that. And then you've got the phase two going on right here, more city stuff. Phase three. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on right here. Highways, industrial complexes, coastal tourism, and big towers, mixed use. I mean, this is going to be incredible. These guys are the experts, and he's really going through it, and I really love this. You can see that he's really thought about this. And when you're talking about rebuilding, why not have a real estate developer involved as opposed to a politician? That makes total sense to me. Let's check it out.
In the beginning, we were toying with the idea of saying, let's build a free zone, and then we have a Hamas zone. And then we said, you know what, let's just plan for catastrophic success. Hamas signed a deal to demilitarize. That is what we are going to enforce. People ask us what our plan B is. We do not have a plan B. We have a plan. We signed an agreement. We are all committed to making that agreement work. There's a master plan. We'll be doing it in phasing. In the Middle East, they build cities like this in 2-3 million people. They build this in 3 years. And so stuff like this is very doable if we make it happen. Rafah will start with. This will show a lot of workforce housing. We think this could be done in 2-3 years. We've already started removing the rubble and doing some of the demolition. And then New Gaza. It could be a hope. It could be a destination, have a lot of industry, and really be a place that.
I mean, look at that. Look at those drawings. That looks absolutely incredible. Energy, digital infrastructure here, transportation hub, of course, right between Israel and Egypt and stuff like that. And let's just go back just for a little bit here. I want to go back to that slide. 200 plus education centers, players. I mean, that's 75 plus medical facilities, cultural, religious, vocational centers. I mean, really building this thing up. And again, Look at Dubai. Look at the Star Island there, whatever that is. I may be getting that wrong. No, I'm probably getting that wrong. The Palms. I think it was something like that. You look at Burj Khalifa. You look at so much different development over there, and it's really a great destination. Let's go back to here and hear what Jared has to say here. This is very exciting.
And then New Gaza. It could be a hope, it could be a destination, have a lot of industry, and really be a place that the people there can thrive, have great employment. Once this starts going, we think there should be 100% full employment and opportunity for everybody there. And we have a lot of data on what can be, but we think that this really gives the Gazan people an opportunity to.
Now look at this right here. 500,000 new jobs, construction, agriculture, manufacturing services, digital economy, 10 billion plus expected GDP in 10 years, okay? 13,000 plus GDP, average household income. That's solid, players. That's absolutely solid right there, in my opinion. Look at all this investment here. 25 billion in modern infrastructure, 3 billion in commercial zones, business districts, 1.5 billion in vocational schools, retraining. And this is where, having people step up and put that money in as part of the Board of Peace, I think makes a big difference here. I mean, Paul, let me bring you in at this point. I mean, look at this level of investment and stuff like that. What did you think of those parts of the slides for Kushner?
I thought they were great. It's just as you said before, solve the problem. If you give people lives and jobs and things to have hope in and to a home to be in, it's much harder to radicalize people that have a good life. And that's how you solve this in a permanent way.
I love it. Okay, we got about 2.5 minutes left of this. Let's go.
To live their aspirations, but it all starts with security and it all starts with governance.
Final
note I'll just say on the Board of Peace, which is that all the lessons we're doing is we're basically studying the best practices from all over the world, and we're watching who does education the best, who does healthcare delivery the best.
Best practices. I love this. I'm going to stop on that for just 1 second here, and I know you want to hear. We're going to hear more from Kushner. Best practices. What's so important about that is this is a Silicon Valley. This is a New York City, a market type of analysis. Okay, this isn't like government top down. Here's our way, or what we want to do, or politically what we've worked out, or anything like that. This is a market solution. Very, very smart right here. Okay, we're talking about. Listen, let me tell you something. The Middle East, and again, I'm not trying to. I mean, I'm gonna take it out of there. We've seen globally different places be able to build entire cities like this, bridges like this. I mean, metaphorically speaking. I mean, within years. Meanwhile, we've got in California, we have a train to nowhere that's been how much money overrun? How many years has that been having the high-speed rail? If we're going to be competitive in the 21st century, we've got to make market-like moves. We got to be able to make moves. We got to get bureaucracy out of the way. And I think that's what he's speaking to right here. And I really like what he's talking about. Let's continue.
All of these things it's not secret IP. All this is IP that the Board of Peace is going to make public. Right. And we want to encourage all the countries to be able to follow these best practices. A lot of the things that President Trump is doing in America, if they're working, we should all be copying them. If we find what's working in other countries, we should be copying them too. And so what the Board of Peace will have the ability to do if we're successful with Gaza is really show how do you do peace implementation, which is something that when we got this deal done, we didn't really find too much expertise or know-how on how to do it. So as we're creating this system, hopefully.
Let me stop on this right here. This Kushner dude is impressive, bro. This Kushner dude is impressive, bro. All the haters out there, bro. This guy is looking sharp. He's doing his thing, whatever like that. I mean, he's making a major presentation here, and he's on point. So now he's not like the most super duper charismatic speaker, but I mean, for someone that doesn't do this, this guy is on point. But he does do this in the boardrooms. He does do this in business. Not that I follow him around or anything like that, but I mean, this guy understands what he's doing, and he's really. I mean, listen, I love it. This team, you have to say. Whether it's Secretary Rubio, whether it's Witkoff, Lutnick, Kushner, Vance, I mean, Trump has put together, and of course, the master himself, Trump, has put together. Paul, you want to talk about that? I mean, he's put together an amazing team here.
Yeah, the team is incredible, and we can even talk about a little bit. We both said this off air. The man who's the head of it or whatever, that Bulgarian Arabic guy, he's impressive.
Yes.
So it's like you said, is not only are these guys. Kushner's a JD MBA like you are, and he's also, but he's not just a JD, he's successful JD MBA.
Super.
I mean, he's very successful in what he's done. And, you talked about an entrepreneurial solution versus a government solution. Look at what Elon did with Starbase.
Yes. Oh, yes. Beautiful. Well said.
That's how you do it.
Well said.
I mean,
Well said. I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. That's so well said. I love that. I love that. Let's continue here with Kushner. Super impressive.
It's something that we can just document these learnings and make them available to all else who want to use them in the future. So demilitarization, this is something we're starting now that we have a new government in Gaza. This government will be working with Hamas on the demilitarization to really...
Super important, right? Security, demilitarization principles. Single civilian authority, one legitimate civilian authority governs Gaza. First NCAG, later PA when it completes reforms, Palestinian Authority. Okay, one authority, one law, one weapon. All weapons authorized by one authority only. Okay, monopoly on force. All militant arms groups. So this isn't going to be like there's going to be a regular security force here. Like other countries, I'm assuming. I'm reading this in real time. I'm assuming internal security police organizations dismantled or integrated into NCAG following, group rigorous. There's not going to be militias, technical stuff like that. They're going to get this thing up, in line here, in my opinion, from in what we've seen best practices and other what he's saying here. That's my guess. Palestinian-led process, led by Palestinians, internationally verified. Comprehensive decommissioning, heavy weapons, tunnels, military infrastructure, weapons production facilities, and munitions destroyed. So again, addressing the security concerns of the Israelis. Oh, there's tunnels under here, there's hospital, or they're hiding this, or they've got a weapons cache. They're getting rid of all that. Okay. So, I mean, again, the proof's in the pudding, a lot of work to do here, and it has to be verified and all that. Personal security for disarmament, heavy weapons decommissioned immediately, personal arms registered and decommissioned by sector as NCAG police becomes capable of guaranteeing personal security. The end state, only NCAG sanctioned personnel may carry weapons. Demilitarization unlocks investment, reconstruction only in sectors with full disarmament. Now, going back to this, here in America, we've got the Second Amendment, you've got different things like that. Maybe at this stage that doesn't work, or that's not going to work, or that's not going to, Israelis not going to be comfortable with that. And this is maybe where it has to go right now. Now in Britain and UK, you can't have that, right? Okay, so different places have different things, and this is maybe how this path moves forward. Different sides have to give and take, and that's just where it is, right? Okay, so demilitarization unlocks investment, reconstruction only in sectors with full disarmament. So that that's an incentive. Amnesty and reintegration, disarmament rewarded with amnesty and reintegration or safe passage. So you may be, maybe people on the other side be where, okay, we give our weapons, what's going to happen to us? They're going to throw us in prison or whatever, and they're saying that we've got the amnesty right there. Sequenced and verified, phase execution with independent verification that leads to calibrated IDF withdrawal to the security perimeter based on agreed upon standards. Completion equals withdrawal. Gaza-wide demilitarization enables full IDF withdrawal to the security perimeter. So that's the plan right there for the demilitarization. You can see that they've thought through this. It's a detailed plan. Very interesting here. Let's continue.
They take the principles that were agreed to in the document to the next phase, and hopefully that will be successful. Without that, we can't rebuild. So if Hamas does not demilitarize, that will be what holds back Gaza and the people of Gaza from achieving.
So there you go. What he's saying is if Hamas does not demilitarize, now the ball is, that's where the focus is. That now the ball's in their court, so to speak, right? And we have to, now it's on them to complete the next phase here. So this is where listen, it was never going to be easy, players, and it's going to be work here, and we have to see how it goes here. We've got about another minute, a little less than a minute and a half left, and then we'll get Paul's comments and we'll wind down.
Their aspiration, and that's very important. So the next 100 days, we're going to continue to just be heads down and focused on making sure this is implemented. We continue to be focused on humanitarian.
Right there, next 100 days here. Full aid immediately to the Gaza Strip. Quantities will be consistent with what was included in the January 19, 2025 agreement regarding human aid, including rehabilitation of infrastructure, water, electricity, sewage, rehabilitation of hospitals and bakeries, and entry of necessary equipment to remove rubble and open roads. They're going to clean it up. Let's get the food and water in there. Let's get things going. Reconstruction, improved this is 100 days. A sprint on improved temporary housing in transition until permanent housing is ready. A Trump economic development plan to rebuild and energize Gaza will be created, synthesize the security and governance frameworks to attract and facilitate these investments that will create jobs, opportunity, and hope for future Gaza. A special economic zone will be established with preferred tariff and access rates to be negotiated with participating countries. So there you go. They're surging the humanitarian aid and the rebuilding right now.
Humanitarian aid, humanitarian shelter, but then creating the conditions to move forward. So thank you. Final point I'll just make is this is really only possible because of the work of so many people and President Trump's great leadership. But a lot of you have been asking, how can we help? So the countries have all been incredibly generous. We'll be doing the first conference where we'll announce a lot of the contributions that will be made in a couple weeks in Washington. From the private sector, there'll be amazing investment opportunities. I know it's a little risky to be investing in a place like this, but we need you to come, take faith, invest in the people, try to be a part of it. And then finally, I'll just talk to people on the media and on the social media, which is this deal only happened because we worked with Israel, we worked with Turkey, we worked with Qatar, we worked with Saudi, we worked with Egypt. I mean, everyone worked together. We worked with UAE. We all worked together to make this happen. I see a lot of people trying to escalate, criticizing Israel or Israelis criticizing Turkey or Qatar. Just calm down for 30 days. I think that the war's over.
So what he just said there is he sees different people criticizing people. Calm down for 30 days, both sides, stuff like that. And now let me go back here. He's almost done. We've got like seconds left on his speech here. Look at that dais right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 countries. Okay, represented up there on that dais right there, including President Trump. That is just fantastic. And you've got so many different people there: Saudi, Qatar, UAE, Israel. I mean, it's just phenomenal what they've been able to do here. I mean, again, hats off to Jared and everyone there. And you could see that statement, they're committed to doing this. But let's play the last 20 seconds here, and then we'll get Paul's comments.
I see a lot of people trying to escalate, criticizing Israel or Israelis criticizing Turkey or Qatar. Just calm down for 30 days. I think that the war's over. Let's do our best to try working together. Our goal here is peace between Israel and the Palestinian people. Everyone wants to live peacefully. Everyone wants to live with dignity. Let's put our efforts towards promoting those who are doing the work to build this up, like Ali and his committee. Let's focus on the positive stories, and let's just calm down, turn a new chapter. And if we believe that peace is possible, then peace really can be possible. So
that is awesome. That is fantastic. Jared Kushner there, ladies and gentlemen. I think that is just fantastic. Paul, let me get your comments, and then I'll probably just play a little bit of Trump's announcement too, because I think that's probably useful as well. Go ahead. What do you want to say about that of Jared Kushner's presentation today?
Yeah, the first thing I want to say is that there's a report out today, you can look it up, and that basically said that Hamas is saying that they will demilitarize and that they want to just be part of the political process after that. That was lay down the weapons and make us part of whatever's the political entity is going forward. That's great because, again, what the concern is, countries coming in don't want to have to get, they don't want to get in conflict with an armed Hamas thing. They want to just have things be peace. So this is the major step. As you said, Jared is putting things in for incentives for that. So if that can get done, I mean, that's probably the last real stumbling block to all of this truly taking shape. And so if they're ready to do that, that is massive. And so, look, I was totally impressed with that presentation. I thought he hit it out of the park and honestly blew me away. And it's like, as you said, this guy is good, and he spent a lot of time on this. And this, I think, can work.
No, absolutely. There's no question about it. I'm trying to find here very quickly here. There was just so much news today with the border peace here. And then we've got a statement here by Dr. Ali Shaath. I may show that a little bit here, but there's so much to do here. And then we have the Christian thing there. The Witkoff. Let's see here, and I. Let's show a little bit of Witkoff's presentation there, because I think everyone really needs to. These guys have worked so hard, and I want to give Witkoff his flowers right here. Let's have a little bit of Witkoff right here. It's a 3-minute clip, and we'll just play some of it.
I remember when the president asked Jared, and of course our great Secretary of State, to work on something that the world thought was impossible and unattainable. But the president, on this peace deal for Gaza, as on all other deals we work on his behalf, said we had to try. And of course, we were inspired by that. We have achieved a peace deal in Gaza. We have brought the hostages home, all of the bodies except for one, and we will bring that body home too. And maybe most importantly, we have created a sense of hope for what the future can bring in Gaza and all other places where the Board of Peace will operate. And I am so honored, Mr. President, to have worked on this on your behalf. I'd like to thank some people here.
You could see the dude's emotional. You could see the dude's emotional. All right, Paul, can you hear me or no? I'm trying. Yeah, probably not. Okay, all right. I'm just trying to the Bluetooth. Okay. You can see Witkoff is very emotional there, and I mean he's saying that, like, you know, talking about so honored to be working on this, bringing the hostages home, the Board of Peace, and everything. Seeing Trump's. I mean, these guys are really doing it. We're about a minute in. I'll play a little bit more here, and then we'll go to President Trump's comments. We'll wind it down here. But this is incredible. You've got to hand it to these guys. They've done an incredible job here.
Who are here with us tonight, who have done so much, done indispensable work to bring this deal together. Sheikh Mohammed, my good friend,
Sheikh Mohammed
from Qatar, and Ali Al-Tawadi,
yeah,
Hakan, Fidan, and Ibrahim, General Hassan, and Foreign Minister Badr.
This is great. I mean, this is why people love Witkoff. He's going across the dais. He's thanking people. He's thanking them. He's bringing them in here, showing everyone that's been involved. Let me go here to some of the end comments here by Witkoff, and we'll go to the President Trump, and then we'll get Paul's comments and wind it down.
Results that we get on behalf of the president, because he inspires us so much. So I'd like to thank the Vice President of the United States, J.D. Vance, for all of his help and guidance. Our Treasury Secretary, of course.
We're thanking the team. There's no doubt about it. And that's great. And it's, you know, Steve Witkoff has done a great job. So he's thanking the team there. I mean, you know, Paul, tell me, well, I get the thing lined up for President Trump. Just comment a little bit on Steve Witkoff and his impact on this.
You know, I think Steve Witkoff has been just like an incredible home run pick by President Trump on a variety of fronts. And he just seems to have the type of personality that gets along with pretty much everybody. And he's a low-key guy. Doesn't seem like somebody who screams a lot or yells a lot. He listens. And I think he takes, people feel like he's being seriously, taking their ideas seriously. And I think he's done a phenomenal job just all around, including, of course, with this. And I can understand him being emotional I believe is a Jewish man. And,
that's huge.
This issue has been so difficult for so long.
Yeah.
And now they can feel like we can actually solve this. And so it's just, I think, the work today really speaks for itself. They've clearly put a tremendous amount of effort into this, not just making the plans, getting the different people participating. You said 20 people up there. That's just a start. This is, it's just, I'm just really, super pleased. There's a lot of things, I'm fairly cynical politically. A lot of things don't do much for me, but I was really just extremely pumped up from this.
Absolutely.
And hopeful,
We're going to play here a little bit of Dr. Ali Shath, who's going to be the founding member of the Board of Peace right here. And he's going to be the head of the National Committee for the Administration of Gaza here. Let's play this a little bit right here. Let me get this connected, and then we'll go to the president, and then we'll wrap this up. There's just actually, I also have comments from Secretary Rubio as well. Like I said, this is such a big, it's a big day today, peeps. I mean, it's just a huge day today.
Leaders, colleagues, and friends, it is an honor to be here today. I want to start by thanking President Donald J. Trump and his administration for their intensive efforts to advance.
I'm going to advance this a little bit just because I don't know if the music's going to play it. I don't know what's going on with the music there. So I've got to be a little bit.
That's good. I will say that's a little bit meandering. I would definitely play the Rubio stuff.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to play the Rubio stuff, but you can see here where he's talking about some different stuff. It's great to hear from him directly about what they're trying to do and what's happening here. Let's maybe go to the end, see if there's any, let me try this right here.
Your voices have weight. Your actions have impact, and your commitment to peace and the rebuilding.
That's great. I love hearing from him. I love that we've got that kind of, they introduced him to the audience right there, I think, and to the worldwide, global audience. I think that that's very important. Let me go to Secretary Rubio's, and the only reason I'm avoiding that just slightly is because I don't know the music. I've got to be a little bit careful on YouTube. It's probably okay, but I'm not to 100%. I know that that's public domain, the video part of it, but I'm not sure about the music part of it. But it was great to hear from Dr. Ali Shaath there. And I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Let's go right here. This is a minute clip right here from Secretary Rubio, Secretary of State of the United States. We're going to go to that here. And hold on one second. Let me get out of here. We've got Secretary, and then we'll go to the president, and then we'll wind down here. Just a huge day, everybody. Here we go.
I also want to acknowledge the extraordinary leaders that are here today. This is not just a board of peace. This is a board of action. Just like President Trump is a president of action. A lot of times people like to give speeches. I've been to many of these forums, and they're not useless, and they're not, they have utility in many cases. But oftentimes in international affairs, we often find ourselves.
Wait. Let's go back to that. Trump, they're not. You just said they're not useless. Look at Trump's face. Like, okay, what are you going to say now, Marco? And Marco dug his way out. Marco's a good politician, but then Trump's the best. That was pretty funny right there. I have no idea what they're thinking whatsoever. I may be totally off base. That's my personal opinion. My potential interpretation, possibly hypothetically, of something like that. I just think that's interesting right there. And of course, we're just having fun. A little parody right there. Here we go.
They have utility in many cases, but oftentimes in international affairs, we often find ourselves at events where people are reading these scripted statements, these strongly worded letters that they put out, but no action, nothing happens. This is a group of leaders that are about action. And the President of the United States is a president of action, of getting things done. And today is the beginning of that, of a new era and a new stage that we think is so important as a model to the rest of the world of what is possible. And clearly the focus is right now on Gaza and making sure that the plan that's about to be presented to you here today, this vision for the future of Gaza, this vision for the future of the region, is not just possible and promising. It is our destiny if we put the time and the effort that it requires, as I know this board will do. But I also think it will serve as an example of what's possible in other parts of the world. Without losing focus on what's before us now, this is what's possible for other places and other conflicts that seem impossible to solve right now.
So that's the thing. So this is, they're starting here in Gaza. There's a solution for Gaza, and Israel and in the Middle East, but now they're going to, extend this to other things, try to solve other problems, stuff like that. So, I mean, we're talking about, even though Trump is America first and it's all about that, he's still looking how to solve these things and be a player in the international stage and being able to positively affect him. He's the president of peace. And I mean, you have the Nobel Peace Prize winner who basically, her Peace Prize is sitting in the Oval Office because she presented to President Trump. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that are going on right now, and they're making some big moves, players. And you just have to say that. Now, again, the proof's in the pudding and all that, but this is a big deal. I mean, and again, another quote, I won't even play this here. Secretary, quote, "We are here today because of President Trump's vision. In fact, a few months ago, people thought this was happening with Gaza was impossible to solve. No one thought it would ever come to a resolution without more fighting, more bloodshed." I mean, so that is just a big deal here. And he's got the founding members of the Board of Peace here. And you've got so many different people up there. Let's see, but let's go to President Trump's comments. And that's worth it. Let's see. Okay, we're showing right here this signature here. We're going to show that, and then we'll have President Trump's comments, and we'll wind down. So we can see right here, everyone's gathered around. All the different signatures and different things. All the leaders over here, and that's great. It's a lot of leaders, and they're signing, and he's going to have something, and he's holding it up. That's awesome. Okay, so they're doing that. Now let's go to President Trump's comments right here. Charters in full. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see. Let's play that.
And now to bring the Board of Peace into full force, I ask Sheikh Isa of Bahrain and Foreign Minister Barita of Morocco to join me in signing and ratifying the Board of Peace Charter. Thank you very much, everybody. Appreciate it. Thank you.
We've got all the people over there. So now what I want to do here, and then we'll get Paul's comments real quick here, and I'll pull up Trump's comments earlier. We'll just play briefly some of that. What do you think about all the people that they were able to pull together, the different countries, Paul? I mean, how effective do you think that has been at this point? And how optimistic are you? I mean, again, the proof's in the pudding, but do you feel good about this?
Yeah, I feel very good about it. I think that their ability to the countries they've gotten together is extremely impressive. And they've gotten together the key countries. They've gotten together the key Arabic and Muslim countries that I think have real influence over Hamas, like Qatar, like Egypt, like Turkey. And bringing in somebody like Russia, and Putin apparently has accepted the thing. That's important because Putin has credibility in the Middle East because of what he did with Syria. So I think, there are people that are turning it down, some of the European countries. I don't think that matters that much in the end. I think it's been a super impressive ability to get people into this. And I think that I am very optimistic about this. And, I'm certainly rooting for it.
We're going to play two quick clips here from the president convening the Board of Peace and also how the impact that he believes is going to have. They're each about a minute and a half each. Let's play this right here.
As part of this historic record of major peace initiatives, today we're announcing more details regarding the Board of Peace. So important. This board has the chance to be one of the most consequential bodies ever created. And it's my enormous honor to serve as its chairman. I was very honored when they asked me to do it. We had an idea to do it, and then they said, you be the chairman. And but I take it very seriously. We have a great group of people and incredible young people that are leading it from within. It's running beautifully, started already.
What's going on about that? So it's okay. Now let's go to this clip here where he talks about how important this is.
As everyone can see today, the first steps toward a brighter day for the Middle East and a much safer future for the world are unfolding right before your very eyes. Together, we are in a position to have an incredible chance. I don't even call it a chance. I think it's going to happen. To end decades of suffering, stop generations of hatred and bloodshed, and forge a beautiful, everlasting, and glorious peace for that region and for the whole region of the world, because I'm calling the world a region. The world is a region. We're going to have peace in the world. And boy, would that be a great legacy for all of us. Everybody in this room is a star. Well, you wouldn't be here. There's a reason that you're here. And you're all stars. You're the biggest people, the most important people in the world, most powerful.
See, Trump understands how to build bridges, how to flatter people, how to bring people together. He can have tough negotiations, but at the end of the day, he's a deal maker. He tries to build people. He's definitely a unique style in how he does things. But at the end of the day, he wants to make deals and make things happen and move forward and find ways to build bridges. In my opinion, okay. So I mean, you can. There's no one's perfect. I mean, people can criticize some parts of his style, but his style is extremely effective. Okay, in a lot of aspects, and I think this is one of them here. And he just has a force of will and charisma and an ability to make deals and ability to understand what the other side wants. And I think that he's doing that right here. We've got 20 more seconds here, 30 more seconds here, and then we'll bring Paul in and wrap it up.
For people in the world. And when you use that genius that you have, that very unusual, very inspired genius, when you use that for peace, the opposite of peace has no chance. So I just want to say it's tremendous to be with you. And I think this is something that we're doing that's very important. This is the most important. I was so looking forward to being here. And yesterday was a tremendous success. A lot of good things happened, but this was something that I really wanted to be here and do. And I could think of no better place because so many people were together.
There you go, President Trump. Okay. So, Paul, as we wind down here, what are your final comments on this? I mean, this looks like it's a huge, successful day for President Trump. You also have the Greenland situation. He's on a roll. I mean, Venezuela, they've got Maduro. We'll see how that all works out. There's discussions. There's a lot of other things on the table. There's been some rumblings and some discussion about, trying to improve things with Mexico. We don't know what's going to happen with Canada. There's been some rumors out there with Cuba. I mean, this is a guy, this is an administration that, yes, they are focused on affordability. They've got a domestic agenda, no doubt about it. But at the same time, they are making big moves on the world stage.
Yeah, look, I thought today was a culmination of a tremendous amount of effort that's been expended on this for months. And I think that, I think after decades of failed attempts, think that we may finally have a real solution. And I think that's why I saw Witkoff emotional. And I think why so many people around the world that care about that region feel true optimism now. I was extremely impressed with what I saw today, and I felt hopeful in a way that I rarely do about that area.
Very impressive, no doubt about it. And you know, Trump and the team have done extremely well in that. And again, proof's in the pudding. We have to see. You know, meetings and pronouncements and are one thing, but we'll have to see how it all goes forward from here. But I will say, like, yeah, I've got family over there, and I'd love to be, able to do more business over there and visit over all that type of stuff. And I wish the best for everybody over there, on the entire region. And I think there's just great opportunity for that region, for the world, and everything like that. So let's hope that peace prevails here. Peace, prosperity, freedom, economy, equality, opportunity for everyone in the whole world. That's what we're all about here in this channel and myself. So, I mean, I great day. We're very happy about it. And let's see from here. But I'm looking forward to your comments out there. What do you think? How excited are you if you're, in the region or, whatever your opinions are, or you're, all over the world, my American audience and definitely my global audience out there. Give me the comments below. Let me know what you think out there. I want to hear from you. Are you appreciative of this? Are you optimistic on this? What do you think happens next? I mean, I just want to hear from you out there right now. Any final comments that you have here, Paul, before we go?
Yeah, just to say, and you mentioned this earlier, look, they've already accomplished things.
Yes.
People didn't think they were going to get the hostages back. People didn't think that they were going to get a ceasefire. People didn't think the ceasefire would hold up.
Right.
We've come a ways with this already. So that is definitely, I think, kind of, that's a good sign.
No, absolutely. It's a great sign, and we're very excited about it. So great job, Team 47. Great job, President Trump. Great job, Team 47 Rapid Response there for getting the clips out, the media and stuff like that. Extremely exciting. Jared Kushner, fantastic job. Witkoff, the whole team out there. Obviously, Secretary Rubio. It's just a great team. Vice President Vance. Can't wait to see what happens on there, and of course both sides, on the Israeli side and the Gaza side, and Prime Minister Netanyahu and everyone like let's move this thing forward. Let's get some success here, and we wish the best for everybody in the region and globally. So that's what I have to say. For Paul, I am John D. Villarreal, the Super Genius. Thank you so much, and the Political Expert, for watching. I look forward to your comments out there. And once again, thank you to the Board of Peace members, President Trump, and all the leaders who were involved in this. So we appreciate it. I thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Take care.